the cost of crime. It's a figure that can be hard to quantify.
But as 12 News journalist Sean Rice reports, an Arizona think tank believes that the number is staggering, likely in the billions.
Scenes like this one have become all too common in the valley. A car slamming into a house, causing thousands of dollars in damages.
20.6 billion. Again, it's about 4% of the state's value of the economy, the GDP here in Arizona. And it's just a pretty startling number.
It's the number Zach Milne, economist and research analyst for the Common Sense Institute, came up with for the cost of crime in Arizona in 2022. That's the year supplying the most up-to-date data for researchers on crime rates, like the amount of murders, robberies, and property crimes, such as car thefts and arsons.
And these cost estimates really get at the sort of direct costs of crime. So you'd think the costs to victims for like medical bills, lost wages, cost to society for first responders, adjudication and sanctioning, and things like that.
Milne authored this 46-page report providing graphs of Arizona's crime rates from FBI data. This one shows violent crime rates in Arizona reached their lowest levels in 30 years back in 2014 before spiking over the last decade.
Crime's a very complicated issue. There's a million different things that go in influencing it, but there's certain evidence that we talk about in the paper that suggests, in some of these cities where you had very high profile police killings, that the police sort of reacted by kind of pulling back on their policing behaviors in the area, and that had consequences for crime.
The report also gets down to the granular level, estimating the average cost of crime per Arizonan is $2,800. But the brunt of the impact is not felt by people who have never become victimized. It's by those who have, who feel the impacts financially and emotionally.
It's the victims of these crimes that are bearing the costs. Even though we can cite a 20 billion figure and an amount per household or whatever you will to kind of internalize those figures, it's really the victims of these crimes that are paying the most.
Sean Rice, 12 News.